Ladies and gentlemen, welcome!
We are live in Los Angeles, where it's going down today.
The Hanzo Spark, unbelievable. The NYXL, dominance.
They make it look easy.
I can't believe this has happened, and they've actually done it.
We are going out with a bang.
Mecco comes up with 3. Dig, he rains down hell from above. Shax destroys the entire team. And that is how you dominate in Overwatch. And it is just a slaughter.
What a banger of a series.
Atlanta Raid making it happen. Green and gold, take it to the Maximus.
I think you're getting the impression that something big is going down. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're live from the Novo at the LA Live for the Kit Kat Rivalry Weekend. My name is Semler. With me is Hex, and that is the Skyline, as well as the Tanks. They delivered, Hex. They delivered.
Splash tanks it is. Someone's going to go in the water. Luckily, it's not going to be me. No, luckily, not going to be us. But we're going to open the show today. We have a really interesting matchup to start it off. We've got Atlanta versus Dallas. Atlanta with everything to play for here, trying to get into the top 6. They've had a...
You could say it, a good run.
Yeah, a really good stage, trying to go 7-0. Dallas is trying to not be the 0-7 boys. Can I get an 0-7 boys in chat? Because they don't want to be that team that did not pull off a single win. So they're still going to be fighting for their lives, just fighting for a modicum of respect at least.
You know what we call that, right? It's everything everybody wants to be, a secret agent, except that it's a James Bond. You know, you're pulling a 007, and that ain't pretty.
Yeah.
Not in competition.
Not looking good.
As far as the schedule is concerned for the Atlanta Reign, they've got the Fuel and they've got the Uprising. 2 very winnable matches for this team playing at the level that they are right now.
Yeah, what's impressive about Atlanta's streak is that they beat a lot of really, really good teams. And they're beating teams that are already in the top 6. So you think of teams like the Spark, who are really peaking right now. They beat a lot of solid teams. On the other side of things, Dallas has had one of the hardest strengths of schedules to even play against. They've had to play against all these top teams. So maybe they can pull it off. But Atlanta has looked nigh unbeatable as of late.
They've got some crazy confidence going into it. And you can tell that our production monitor is over there, so that's why I'm sometimes going to be facing that way, guys. Hello. But, you know, that's the thing. Hi. You know, we saw a lot of Washington Justices on there. You know, a lot of the B-roll Washington Justice.
Sure.
Don't sleep on the Justice. They're actually a real threat these days, too. So they haven't had an easy time here, Atlanta. Yeah. I'm going to say it, Hex. They're looking better. Washington, slowly but surely.
They are. Atlanta has been one of those teams that has been very improved by the 2-2-2 meta. They have a hard carry in Erster. And Ursa just really crushes on this team. One of the best Hanzos in the game. And Hanzo, pretty good hero, I've heard.
I know. I'm so excited to see more Urster play. It's time to get the team out onto the stage. Let's welcome the Atlanta Reign.
There are the boys coming to the stage. You see the support heroes really bringing up the trail, but we cannot sleep on guys of the likes of Dogman, who's played a great Ana, but I really want to talk about Masa, because in this meta, you need a Baptiste, and Masa has been a murderer on Baptiste. Does more damage than most people, really crushes it. He's really picked up the hero, which Rascal, which we'll see later today, kind of invented how to play Baptiste, but Masa's picked it up, and Masa's been one of the best supports in the league.
He has. He's working on that title of the White Death. We'll see if he picks it up by the end of the season. Reference game on point. Hex.
Finish reference.
You got it. All right, let's get their opponents out on the stage now. Let's welcome the Dallas Fuel.
Sponsored by Jack in the Box. We'll see if this team ever pops out, and it's been rough. They've had a really, really hard schedule. They're playing nothing but top 6, top 12 teams this entire stage. So I think they're an 11-game losing streak, and that can't feel good. We saw Taimu getting interviewed the other day, and he's like, I don't want to talk to you. And I get that. These guys want to win. Unko has not been happy. They don't like to lose. So at some point, they got to bring it together as a squad and just try to piece together a win. And if you could end the season, it's Dallas's last game. You can end the season by beating Atlanta, you feel a little bit better. But it's been brutal for the Dallas Fuel.
Yeah, Timo, you had him on your screen there. And this has actually been a bit of a point of contention for these guys. The damage dealer role here, and he's going head-to-head with AKM. AKM, he's had some solid numbers, but with time on the roster, it seems like the Dallas Fuel are able to perform at a higher level.
It's weird because they always take him out. Like,
Yeah,
he
they
always
do.
plays game 1. It doesn't matter if he plays well in game 1 or plays poorly in game 1. They take him out for map 2 usually. And Taimu's the kind of guy who's a streaky, kind of hot player. If he's doing well, he needs to keep going. And if he's doing poorly, he'll take himself out. But they're going to have a tough time against Erster on Hanzo here because his stats are ridiculous. Look at that. 2s and 3s across the board is Hanzo. And sometimes even Zach for Dallas will play Hanzo. Zach has the lowest win rate of Hanzo duels in the entire league. So you don't want to Hanzo be Hanzo against Erster today.
I don't think at any point so far we've been able to look at Zach and say, there's a guy who can carry for his team. Since he started making appearances on the Dallas field, it's been an up and down kind of hill for him, and it hasn't always been super solid. It's been a lot more eyes on Taimu, on AKM. Those players to really step up for the team. Let's go ahead and take a look at our maps presented by Toyota now. We'll have 4 of them guaranteed, a 5th if we need it, but we will be on Busan to start things off in the series.
We're going to kick it off on Busan, a map that does favor Widowmaker play. Several stages really allow you to play a Widow. This one in particular, which would be the Shrine. We'll see. We've seen a lot of great Widow play on this map, but also I think you just can always go back to the old standby of the Mei and Mei and
Reaper.
Mei Reaper, yeah. The DPS goats, as we've dubbed it thus far.
The shotsicle. There you go.
But I think actually Atlanta does want to run Baby Bay on this Widow. Let's see what he's got. Baby Bay has had a really good Widow, and he's had really bad stuff before. So we'll see if he's got it today or he doesn't.
Right? He's looking like he's hitting some headshots. I mean,
It's
that's a big
dink.
target. That's a big
little
target.
Dink.
But yeah, we are going to have quite a bit of focus on Baby Bay. He's made his return onto this roster, and he's looked fantastic ever since doing so. He's hitting shots all over the place right now. They are a bit of the tanks, and that is going to set it up, though, because they look away for a moment, and that sets it up for Erster to get the first kill. Unko down means that's a lot of healing gone for Dallas Fuel already.
How does Moira die to Mei? That's strange, and it really opens up things for the Rain. Maybe use his fade early. I'm not entirely certain what happened there. Maybe it was an ice skull, but that generally shouldn't happen. When you lose your Moira early in these compositions, you're going to lose the fight.
Yeah, you're just not going to have the healing throughput. Lucio is questionable in terms of the healing. He's more about the taxi service, about speeding you up onto the point, moving you across that open ground quickly. Now we're going to get the change, and actually several of them come through. Note going to the Hog, and Unko on the Ana now. Do you think Unko on the Ana, is that a good answer here to what we're running into on the Rain?
Well, I think Unko would rather play Ana than Moira.
Well, that just goes without saying.
That's just a fact. We'll see what the Widow duel looks like now, because Taimu's gone over to the Widow to try to do something about Baby Bay.
That was the shot he wanted to hit. He was waiting patiently for it, and he missed it. Oh, he gets a second chance. Doesn't miss that time. Baby Bay with the headshot on Unko. And again, Unko the first to die for the Fuel.
That's 2 fights. That's over. You can't fight now without your Ana. You have to wait. 2 fights in a row. Unko's died first.
Taimu just chilling. Can't even show himself, really. No point for him to show himself. If he dies and they're still waiting on Ana to run back, that's just a waste of time. Spotted! Baby Bay, he had the angle on him. But now he knows where Taimu's playing from, so that's going to set it up, and he's going to go on the hunt. If he can take Taimu out of the fight, it means that he has free reign here as the Widow to just dominate.
A nice wall, cuts off half of that. Then now they have to wait a second to get in. The window goes down, and Masa is doing the damage that we prophesized.
And you still got Erster in the mix. So Baby Bay, he's not necessarily finding kills, but he's forcing the Fuel to react to him. And then you got Erster just laying waste. Erster looking for the exits.
Unko just goes off the cliff right there as well, trying to reset. We're at 75%. We're in a single fight scenario for the Atlanta Rain. If they can win the next one, this one has felt odd. I've barely even seen ultimates used this entire stage here. And Atlanta's going to have everything to use. Zach has to hit a Blizzard. If Dallas has any chance, Zach has to hit this Blizzard.
Well, that's a nice way to start things off. Erster getting a bit ahead of himself now. Maybe overextends, gives the chance for the Dallas Fuel. Man advantage for the Dallas Fuel. Never mind. Zachary dies next, and that's not going to help things here for the Fuel. 5-on-5, and now Erster's going to get back into this fight faster. So Erster can get in here on this. FRD down, but no, traded for the Hog, and there's nobody on the point for Dallas. OG, he was trying to clap his way on there, but he was a second too late.
Zach tried to get the Blizzard off. It did not happen. It did not have the great effect that they were looking for. Dallas still looking for someone to replace Effect, honestly. And they have no answers to the Atlanta Rain right now, who look to continue their run, try to lock up their top that top 6 spot.
It has been pretty one-sided though, Hex. 13 kills for Atlanta Reign, 3 for Dallas Fuel. The damage dealers on the side of the Reign, they're getting the job done. Erster with 3, Baby Bay with 2. Can't say the same for the side of Dallas. I mean, they're sitting 1-1, but Dallas right now, they're kind of, they need to step up. They need to step up on an individual level here. You got to stop losing players immediately at the beginning of these fights before they even kick off.
That's kind of on Unko, and Unko's one of the best players on the Dallas Fuel in my opinion, and he died first 2 fights in a row. You can't have that happen on control maps especially.
Ooh, okay, we're getting some clever play. Oh, nice wall, cutting OG off from the rest of his team. Focus is there. Note doing everything he can with the D-Matrix to keep his tank alive. It works, but the Atlanta Reign so far, they haven't overextended. They're just pouring the pressure onto Dallas. Dallas are the ones now on the back foot. And Erster, he's surgical with these walls. He's so good at cutting up the battlefield.
Well, eventually Dallas will pull it off. OG gets the final blows on several people. And who says tanks don't have to aim? A couple of those being headshots.
I think we do, Hex.
Yeah. Atlanta has kind of said that they're kind of working on the next patch. Like they are in the playoffs. They're just working for their top 6 right now. So they're working on compositions and strategies that might be viable in the next patch, which I think is the reason you're going to see some Symmetra from this Atlanta Reign team. Again, they're in the playoffs. They're just trying to lock up their top 6. So after you take a round on control, maybe you just mess around and try to work on what you're working on. Still kind of want to win this one.
Yeah, you do. You got the sim wall down. 2 kills coming through. Make that 3. Atlanta Reign running away with it. Coming right back into this fight. They're not going to waste any time at all in trying to flip this point. Dallas Fuel now going to turn into a stagger as they try and just get every point percentage they can, but it will get flipped. 41% is where it ends for Dallas Fuel. Atlanta Reign now in control of the point and in control of the ult game as well, at least momentarily. They are actually coming online here on the side of Dallas.
I want to see FRD use the self-destruct just so we can get a Zarya in there and we can become full-on Beamy boys. And we get the Sim, and we get the Moira, and we get the Zarya. Beams are really good in Overwatch right now.
Just track them. Just track them. The old throwback to
I guess even
guns.
May. I guess even May is a Beamy boy.
Yeah. A Beamy boy. Dogman and FRD having fun right now. Dallas Fuel, not so much. Can't say the same for them. Nope, gonna get D-Max. Does he go for the self-destruct? No, that'd be a bit of a waste. And they are going to get the flip right on back here at Atlanta Reign. But still, Dallas Fuel, an extra 10% on the board for them. Atlanta Reign, still a little bit of work to do, but they are still, of course, in control. And Baby Bay, it does feel a bit weird to have a guy who's mechanically gifted as him, right, with aim, playing Sim.
Yeah, Sim used to be more auto-aim. Why you're seeing more Symmetra lately is because everyone is running Orisa. And Sim is really good against shields. Her primary weapon charges against shields, and then you get this giant beam going. It sounds terrifying. It breaks down shields, and then once that shield is down, you cut them in half. And also a decent ult.
Yeah, huge wall. Cuts up the point, really forces the Dallas Fuel to play careful. There's the boom! The double from Masa, or at least the single. OG, he's out of it. We lose Note as well, and this is a 1 fight for Atlanta Reign. Dallas Fuel, not a whole lot they can hope to do here. Atlanta Reign have taken the lead as well, 65% and counting, so they're ahead now. Dallas Fuel is going to come down to the next fight. And let's take a look at this boop. I thought he had 2. Oh, but it was the Diva, and then, yeah, okay, Closer's able to skate his way out of that.
Booster's OP. Yeah. Still gets him later. Dallas has to open this up with Coalescence, very likely. Unko's going to have to chuck it in just to be able to fight on this point. Very slow now. They get Blizzard.
Well, there's Zachary. Somehow Unko survives. That's unreal. He's got 1 HP. OG can't say the same for him. And now you're starting to lose it on the side of Dallas Fuel. Dying one after the other. It's Atlanta Reign just powering home, and they've got the lockdown on the point. 96%. Is anybody here to touch the point? Yep. We've got Taimu. 3 alive here for the Fuel, but they're the last one. Sound barrier used on 3 just to keep them alive in this fight, but it's not going to be for long. Taimu gone. OG rolls his way back into this. And they are just coming into this one after another, but Dallas, they really need a miracle here to pull them out of it.
It was a nice barrier, but it should have opened up with Coalescence. I don't know what Unko was saving that for. Did not use it at the correct time. Atlanta just rolling over. It's all over but the crying here as the cleanup comes in for the Atlanta Reign. Map numero uno going Atlanta's way.
They lock it down, and this is the level we expected to see here from the Atlanta Reign. Dallas Fuel, can't say the same either. Well, can't say differently either there, but Atlanta Reign looking good. Baby Bay standing up, so we may get some end layer coming in here, Hanks. We'll see right after the break.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. What happens when you add 1 part Nano Boost, 1 part Supercharger, add in an ice wall for flavor, and stir with whole hog? An Atlanta Rain smoothie, courtesy of the Washington Justice's resident roadhog, Sansom.
So they're getting in. Nades are in again here. Atlanta Rain just rinse and repeat. They're getting mowed down. Well, there you have it. Welcome back from the break. We're getting into the second map now of the Atlanta Rain versus the Dallas Fuel. And Hex, it's kind of going the way we expected it would, with Atlanta just dominating so far in the first map.
Well, yeah, it's going according to script, you know.
Oh, scripted, is that it?
Yeah, scripted league. Paid fans. All those out there are paid fans.
Technically, they paid.
Look, it's not hard to really think that Atlanta was going to dominate the Dallas Fuel. And Dallas has not looked like they've been very good. It's really surprising how poorly, I think, you know, early on that Unko has played. He's dealing with, like, I believe, like, some physical ailments right now. So he's trying to really play through some stuff.
Was it a bit of a Harry Hook situation?
No,
not
I
a Harry
think
Hook,
he's got like
situation?
No, he's got like an eye thing. It's very difficult for him to see. So he died first a couple times, and then he didn't use his coalescence early on.
Is this the most ridiculous thing? So you're saying he's blind, and that's why he died a couple times early?
I'm not saying anything, really. I don't know anything.
Unko, I mean, he's not looking too jazzed right now with how things have gone. We'll see if he can turn it around for his team going into the second map, but we will have one substitute at least, and Lair subbing in for Baby Bay, but Hex, you and I, we've gotten to cast this team a few times.
Yep.
Oh, now we're getting AKM in as well for Taimu.
Oh,
so these are the kind of expected subs for these teams.
AKM always comes in from Taimu on map 2. Enlair always comes in to play the Mei when they want to move Erster over to maybe a Hanzo or a Widow, something like that. I think that's the only detriment of this Atlanta team, is that their best player has to play Mei sometimes, and I think you'd rather just have your best player always be on Hanzo, always be on Widow, always be on the damage dealing kind of roles, but sometimes they have to rotate Erster into Mei, and that holds them back a little bit.
I mean, they quickly skip through the rest of the team. I mean, cool beans, but Erster is really where the camera should just be focused at that point, because he is the main playmaker on the server right now, let alone on the team.
Yes.
Volskaya will be coming up next, our assault map for this series. And well, now we're going to get to see what is Enlayer bringing to the table, what is AKM bringing to the table. AKM, he's still no slouch in the damage department. I think he also did try to take over in terms of leadership for this team. Seems that Note is the one who's taking a bit more control of the reins here for the Dallas.
They're giving Note a shot at being the captain of this team. They want him calm, cool, collected. That's kind of Note's personality. So they're giving him a shot at being the caller, being the leader, the center of this team overall, because I mean, honestly, everyone else gets rotated in and out. Note's the only guy who gets to play all 4 maps.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. It's a tough one for Dallas. They got some work ahead. But let's see, what do we got in store for us here on the side of the rain? Nothing crazy out of Dallas, except that we will have no Reaper. Closer is going to be playing the Batiste, so they're going to be a little dive-proof. At least they can dodge the Reaper.
I'm not going to read that lower third, Ben. That's just me. You're just piling on. Baby Bay did more hero damage in 1 round as Symmetra than any Fuel player did on Busan. I guess I'll read it. I'm sorry.
You did it. You went for it.
I know. I fell for it.
You don't pull your punches. You don't have a shred of mercy. Oh, Airster? Are we getting some clever plays?
This is why you see Enlayer in. Enlayer's a better Mei than Baby Bay is, and it allows Urster to flex over to the Hanzo.
Yeah. And Urster just wrecks house on Hanzo, and he's aggressive as well. He's got that confidence that you need in your playmakers and your stars. Oh, Note with the strong start, though. Finds the kill on Popo. Maywall goes up here from Enlayer, trying to cut off somebody on the side of Dallas Fuel, and that is Urster just doming AKM. But then Urster gets yanked in. Note could be the answer here for Dallas Fuel. We've been focused a lot on Zachary, on AKM, Unko, obviously, but Note can be the guy to make the difference here for the Fuel.
It's not quite over yet because there's going to be a little bit of a respawn advantage. Atlanta should have a small window. Never mind, AKM's going to be back here. AKM's got Dragon, Urser's got Dragon, so let's see which one actually finds someone to, well, eliminate.
Hey. Oh, the ult, we get it. Okay, there it is. Dragon right on through. They will eventually eliminate Lantern on Lantern action. We're trading, but Note is the man to go down. I cursed him, Hex. Good heals coming in here on the rest of the Dallas Fuel, but then they just die instantly. Dogman. Wow. Once you get that window down, it's so brutal. Things just die.
Well, I mean, Dogman is one of the guys who flanks too much, dies too much, but also will win you fights by himself because he flanks too much, because he takes those aggressive stances. Sometimes he gets a couple headshots and you win the fight.
It makes you wonder too. I mean, how does a Zenyatta tactical crouch, Hex? I mean, Dogman was just showing us there, but I mean, it's kind of hard to read. You know, it's just kind of floating up and down. No legs. Never leg day for Zenyatta's.
It doesn't feel right for Zen to be doing it, right? He's the nicest dude in all of Overwatch.
What does he have? Literally a pair of nuts? Like, how does it work?
What? Nutcracker Zenyatta. I guess there's that. Skin available still.
The
Nutcracker Zen.
We're getting into the bolts of it. Oh, there's Lantern. Closer going to keep his teammate alive. OG, he is taking quite a bit in terms of healing, in terms of support. That's going to open it up for AKM to go down. OG as well. 2 kills coming in for the Atlanta Raid. Now we're getting the ults thrown in as well. The Blizzards, the Dragons, heating things up. But it's the Atlanta Raid now. They've got control of the point, and they have completely obliterated the defense here. Dallas Fuel, what do they got going for them?
Very little. We talk so much about when we have Widows in the match of like when you kill one Widow, the team can play without fear. It's the exact same with Hanzo. Who's really going to shoot you from long range you have to deal with? You don't have to deal with anybody who's not going to be right in your face, and they can just walk onto the point. So getting the Hanzo pick early means the rest of your team can just play it easy.
Yeah, solid work here from the Atlanta Raid. There are even some Atlanta Raid fans here in the crowd, but they are off to a great start in this series. Dallas Fuel caught on the back foot. We'll see how it plays out right after the break.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
For a second there, I thought it was the actual Reinhardt who was here in the stadium today, but no! Cosplayer extraordinaire. I don't know his name, but he looks awesome.
I think his name's Reinhardt. I think you put that respect on the name right there. That's sick. We're having a great time here in Los Angeles, downtown, live from the Novo at LA Live. What an event.
Ooh, what a baller. All right, let's get into this now. Dallas Fuel. Now they're just getting pounded. Hex, Atlanta Reign, they finished that offense. 4 minutes, 5 seconds in the bank. They got a lot of time to work with. They've got huge room for error. But we'll take a look here at Dogman. Pretty sure a window of pain went down in front of him, and that's usually what you're seeing with these Zens.
Ooh.
Yeah, you just get that volley through and things die.
He got 2 on that single volley,
Yeah.
I think. There wasn't even a follow-up.
You do so much damage. The
Look,
Zens, that's just...
I love Dogman. I want to give him all the credit in the world. He's a guy who worked his way up from the minor leagues all the way up to Overwatch League. I want to give him a ton of credit. One of my favorite people. That's Dallas's fault. That's not Dogman's win. Because that was stupid to be peeking right there. He gets 2 in a single volley through the window. Fine, I'll give Dogman a little credit. A little bit.
He's still got to be able to hold down and like press the buttons next.
Yeah.
Oh, AKM. Are we getting some cheeky boy play? Nope, because there's a May wall going down already, and Lair was ready for it.
I love that. It's just good scouting. Dallas has tried that Symmetra strategy on the left side before. A lot of teams have been trying to do that flank side before. You send out your sim, you get a lot of people over there, then you move somebody else over to a different hero. But it's scouted, so it doesn't matter. Dallas just wastes a little bit of time. Everybody very low, but a nice IF comes down. Saves most of the Dallas Fuel's lives.
Body shot on Unko. If Unko dies first again, man, that's not pretty. No good, and note, he's already out of it. Urster just pumping damage in now. This is just gonna get nasty for the Dallas Fuel, and that's gonna send them back because you're gonna get OG cut off on the rest of his team. Lantern goes down to save him. And so far, defense is looking pretty solid. They haven't made any big mistakes here for the Dallas Fuel to take advantage of. Never mind.
And they're going down is actually a little bit of a big deal because your Mei is your 3rd tank in this DPS GOAT, so you kind of need your Mei to put up that wall and have the utility. So they're going to buy space. That's why the Dragon comes out right here.
And Urster's 1 step ahead. He still gets nailed, though. Dogman there to take it back, but it's too much damage dealt to the defense. Atlanta Reign with 4 alive. Endlair's going to be back in this fight in just a moment.
Trade's always in favor of the offense in assault maps, especially first point. That's it. That should be it. Dallas takes it.
All right, great work here from Dallas Fuel on the offense. This is what we were hoping for. They had the opportunity. They did not mess it up. They did not miss it, and they will pick up the first point on Volskaya. So 5 minutes, 11 in the bank now, and they're going to get they're going to get that second point offense underway. Let's see what they're capable of.
What you always look for from first point to second point on assault maps is snowball potential. There's quite literally snowball potential as Zachary has Blizzard in the queue, ready to go. AKM has Dragon. But taking down OG, Dogman hits a nade on him, probably an assist there as well. Really hard to push, almost impossible to push without your main tank here. So Dallas now can't just roll in from first to second, have to take a breath.
Yep, once again, but now, I mean, you're getting ults online for the Dallas Fuel. They will have tools to work with in the next push. They'll have Unko's Transcendence to cancel out Endlair's Blizzard. Note dies, that's once again time wasted. But keep in mind, 4 minutes 24 still in the bank here for Dallas Fuel. It's not the end of the world yet. They shouldn't be getting overly flustered.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can never go in on assault on offense 5v6. You just can't. You know you're going to lose. You have to go in 6v6 and then probably get the first 4 or 5 kills. That's how assault works. You got to ace it. The defender's advantage is so strong on second point that you got to go in and just hit every ult and try to wipe the team. You got to get aces.
You got to get aces. Right now they're trying to come up with them. Oh, once again taking advantage of that. OG launching himself.
Go home.
Zachary gone.
Go home. That's it. You lost 1 on assault offense. Go home. You can't do it anymore.
I'm liking this aggressiveness here from Urster, though. This is confidence. And as a star, you're going to be able to make these plays. You need to get out here and impose your will on the offense. He is able to just get out of dodge right there, nick of time.
I completely agree with you. I really like DPS being aggressive on the defense here because you're going to respawn anyway. If you get picked, it's fine. You're coming back. But if you kill somebody else, you just bought another 30 seconds, maybe another 40 seconds. You're killing their entire assault by getting a single kill where your life doesn't matter as much.
Oh, Dragon in. We'll get the counter as well, though. Lanterns are in as well. Enlair and Arster, though, at risk, and Enlair feels it. He's going to throw the Blizzard in. Note, is he going to get caught by this? Doesn't look like it.
It's a great open. Got to keep going. Go, go, go fast. They lost OG. We got to go. All right, it's over.
It's over. They lost Zachary now. AKM doing the best he can, but it's not going to be enough, especially when you get these walls going in. Enlair hanging in there. But AKM is gone, and you can see the rest of Dallas Fuel trying to funnel back out through the choke point. No permanent progress picked up on the second point for the Dallas Fuel. And we're down to 2 minutes 40 on the clock for them.
They're going to have Dragon next fight. I think Note should probably save his whole hog till when they have position. But that's always the brutal thing, and I talk about it a lot on Hanamura. You have to use ults just to get in. You have to use ults just to be able to fight. And so once you just get through the doorway, this one's over again, so I'll continue talking. You have to just use ults just to get through the doorway. And then you establish yourself on the points. And now you don't have any ults anymore to use. So your economy and your execution has to be so much more perfect on the offense than the defense. The defense can just chuck stuff in. It doesn't matter. You have to be perfect on the offense. And even to be in a position to fight, you have to use ultimates just to get yourself there. It's very difficult. Offensively right now, there's a Dragon, and this is what I'm talking about. You open up space. The Dragon's not going to kill anybody, but it gets you halfway in.
It gets you through the door. It gets you through the door, much like contacts in LA. That's the thing, they're on top of it. And well, now, what are they going to be doing?
You got to introduce
Dallas.
You have contacts.
Contacts. You got to know people. Dallas Fuel right now, they wish they knew an offensive coach, because that's what they need. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. FRD getting picked, though, is solid. That's a whole hog going full ham here from... Nope. Hanging on by a thread, but of course with the Lantern up, nobody's a dying. Finally, the guy's gone. Finally, they remove him. Popo got a bit ahead of himself, but some good counter wall play coming in here from Enlair. Map editor hard at work. And these Lanterns, man, these Lanterns.
And that's
so frustrating.
That's the secondary aspect of the thesis I was just writing too. Once you get in and you use ult and you win fights, you have a small time frame.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is going to start respawning. So you get in and you get a kill. You better get the rest of those kills right away. You can't mill about and just wait for everything to happen, because all of a sudden you're going to be 6v6 again and still at an ult disadvantage.
Yeah. Exactly right. So, what do we got here for Atlanta? Check marks are glowing. Dogman's ready to boost. Maybe get that on Popo or FRD. But both of those guys got their ults now. So
I think you might even have to open with Transcendence, knowing that they just use Blizzard, so you don't have to save it. You don't have to save Transcendence. You can open Transcendence, get everybody in, Blizzard Supercharge.
Where's Dogman at, though? Urster gets picked, but Dogman's on the flank. Now you're going to get the boost going in. Yep, it is on FRD. FRD looking to do some big damage right now. He will obliterate Note. Zachary, however, going to work in the back line. Zachary making the plays for the Dallas Fuel. That's a take of permanent progress picked up for the Fuel, and that's going to be 2. We'll see if they can get the third locked in. You're going to have the change coming in from Urster. Popo's gone over to the Hammond, and he's not going to make it in time. Great work there from Note with the body block at the end, keeping him off the points.
Perfect way to bank up your ultimates and use them in the right order. They got in there, they had Supercharger, Blizzard got a couple, dropped the window, dropped the wall. They put it all down that they had. Dallas Fuel will complete the second half of Volskaya. We're going to do more just in a second.
We'll be back in the action now with the Dallas Fuel on the offense. They finished with sub 1 minute in the clock hex, so they get some more time, and they go right into the thick of things. And with so little time to play with here, they're not going to be allowed to make any errors.
Very difficult to even get ultimates with only a minute. Even the fastest charging ultimates are usually a $1.15, $1.20, something like that. So I'd almost rather Dallas run a Moira here just to have it, so you have a single ultimate to open up. They're not going to, but a big discrepancy in the time banks. 1 minute versus 5:05, so Dallas trying to put anything on progress here. Even 33 would be good for them.
Yep, would be solid. They can set them up. AKM not really getting too many targets here either. I like that from Atlanta. Do not give anything away for free. Do not take any unnecessary risks. But on the high ground, you got Unko and AKM. Hoping to catch somebody out of position here on the Rain. FRD getting a bit of love. FRD at risk. He will survive it though. And Dallas Fuel, now you're starting to get that ominous music. We're down to 20 seconds on the clock. What's going to be the push? Oh, Popo getting picked once again. No, with the big opening kill. AKM catches her, still looking the wrong way.
Great
and
flank.
You might get it here, Hex. Dallas Fuel.
A great flank, a great flank. Dallas is going to take the first point. AKM showing up big time. AKM proves that Hanzo is his better Shimada. Not the best Genji in the world, but his Hanzo's looking sound here. This is where the famous AKM blade was timed on Volskaya Industries. But they're going to get 30 seconds in the bank here going forward. And now they can open it up with an amplification matrix called the window.
Gotta play perfect. Let's see. You got no room for error. You got no room.
Should have a dragon here.
Oh, he's just got to hit one more target here. One more shot is all he needs, and he's got that dragon online, and he can put it right through the hallway. There's the wall going in from Zachary. AKM still hunting for a target. Taking his time with it, and there we go. Doesn't waste a second. Throws it out immediately. Zachary there to open it up with the kill on end layer. Popo gets blitzed down by the dragon. AKM chiming in as well, and Dallas Fuel. Are you kidding me? They might get it done right here, Hex. 2 ticks. We're going to get a little bit of delay here from FRD, but it's looking like that's going to be it. And the Dallas Fuel, they will succeed. They will take 2 points on this offense with no time in the bank.
They get their 4th point with only a minute on their bank. Just beautiful play. I love the really early amplification matrix so that everyone else can charge up their ultimates. It's akin to the old GOATs where you nano somebody so they can charge up their ultimates and then they start feeding into each other. Zach gets the Blizzard during that fight, hugely important. AKM put the fear of the French in them as he hit shot after shot. And
What
Dallas,
is that about? All of a sudden, AKM just comes out of nowhere. Fantastic. I mean, if you're ever going to make it work, let's go. Now's the time. AKM, he's got that talent. He is an FPS veteran. He has been playing some of the most competitive games for years. So, I mean, he has it there.
it's both the strength and the weakness of the Dallas Fuel is that they have streaky DPS players.
Fair,
They have streaky damage players. Taimu, top of the world, showed Korea what could be done with Widowmaker. It used to be a joke pick. You used to think people were throwing when they played Widow. Taimu goes over there and says, no, actually.
You're just waiting for people with aim, Hex.
Yeah, actually, Widow's a really good pick. But he's streaky. He's really streaky. AKM, a god-tier damage player. But he's streaky. He's really streaky. If he could just get them both at the best of their game at all times, this Dallas team probably wouldn't be out of the playoffs. As it sits, they are, but they're looking to play spoiler here and put at least a 1 on the board for their stage. No one wants to get zeroed. No one wants to get goose-egged.
Exactly, especially when you're considering Atlanta, who have it still on the line in terms of top 6. That is their goal, and they're looking for a perfect stage as well. Atlanta, this is a game that they should be winning, but they're having to work for it here on the second map. 4.5 minutes on the clock, though, for them, so they've got a little bit of room to work with in terms of time. Note, finding the kill on Masa, though, is really going to put a wrench in things here for the Atlanta offense.
I'm just glad to see some fight out of this Dallas team. I haven't seen fight out of this team for several matches in a row that we've cast them. There it is, right there. Go back to spawn, Atlanta. Back to the drawing board. 4 minutes left. That's probably 4 pushes left. But Dallas just won the first one. Nice pick, but really smart for Dallas to be running a Mercy here. I think a lot of teams should be running Mercy on defense in these scenarios.
Yeah.
Because it's just a mistake eraser.
Exactly. You get that res in play, and you can keep the fight rolling. AKM's got the barrage now as well, so it's going to get rough here for Atlanta Reign, who are going to have to work their way through a choke point and a May wall as well. Put the pressure on him, and there it is! And Lair finds a pick on AKM. That could be the big start here for the Atlanta offense. Blizzard, though, thrown in, and that is Zachary just creating space for the defense to come crushing in. Atlanta Reign, they cannot hold.
Creates space, buys time for the resurrection as well. So now there's a full-on 6 going to be coming back for Dallas. Note is going to go over to the Diva. Booster will be back. And now, really, it's just about can they get the Discord and the shots onto the Pharah. Defensive Pharah on Volskaya is a thing that I've always loved. You don't see it a ton of, but I think you have all the sight lines. And really, there's no flanks on Volskaya aside from the really cheesy one on far left.
Yeah, and the only ones who are going to be doing that are your Tracer.
Yeah.
You get your Sim out there with the TP.
And even when they do that, you can hit a concussion and knock them all off, so it doesn't really matter. So if you're playing Pharah, all you're doing is just raining rockets right here.
You're enjoying yourself, you know? Kind of autopilot way to play. Rockets. And then you're just waiting for them to try and push through, and then you go for the barrage. He's going to come in through the back, and yep, blow him up. There's the boost. Oh! Instant play, though, the shutdown. AKM on the floor. He gets grounded, and that's never good if you're a Pharah. Nowhere to go.
Unresable. They took over the position, too. They're not going to allow this to get res. And now Zach was trying to buy the spot, but Enlair clicking heads.
You got to give it to Enlair, and maybe we've got his point of view for a replay, but that was an instant stun, just ruining AKM's day. And now you're going to get the nude. There's the kill, and they will be picking up the first point. 2 minutes in the clock as well here for the Atlanta Reign. Still a bit of room to work with. Got some work. I mean, they definitely have a bit to go, though, because they need to get that second point unlocked.
They had an enormous bank. As good as Dallas's last offense was when they picked up the next 2 points to get themselves to 4, they had a minute to do it. Atlanta was sitting on 5:05, so when they grab this point, they will have 2:23 left to try to tie Dallas's score. That's 2 good pushes, and they're going to have a Dragon and a Supercharger to work with. Most importantly, in my opinion, is Masa being able to drop the window here.
Yeah, that's where you start just blowing people up. You saw it earlier, Dogman. He took advantage. We'll see if Dogman can come up with the goods again, though. Or he's going to go home without a bone. First, you're looking for the Dragon, and that's a big start. AKM gone, Ungo hanging on. You're going to get that self-destruct. Let's see, positioning, solid. Boom, big. Yamasa out of it. That hurts. That hurts the offense.
They still had to go, but now they lost another couple. Now it's probably time to regroup, and Atlanta threw a couple of things in there that they'd like to have back. It's a little bit rough. Got to reset. You can open with Transcendence or Supercharger again coming in. Dallas, no Transcendence of their own, just the Nano. That Nano likely goes on OG in this composition, or Notes, actually. We've seen a lot of Nano Divas.
You gotta give it to Note.
You're just using Nano as a burst heal at this point.
Yeah, it is a bit of a spot heal. But you gotta give it to Note, man. Just perfect self-destructs. Knows the positioning, knows the angle, gets it off. And you got the Lantern keeping people alive. AKM, unbelievable. There's the heals coming through to keep him up, and he will survive it. Note getting D-Max, though, might hurt things here for the defense. No self-destruct this time, and he dies instantly, so he may be able to get back in here to delay things as we get into 50 seconds. And a perfect nade coming in from Unko, shutting down the offense. Atlanta Reign, they lose FRD. He couldn't heal himself, but a couple of quick kills coming in here for Atlanta. They're not done yet.
It might be enough as Atlanta continues to dominate the left side of the kill feed. The amplification matrix goes down, and Dogman gets himself a couple.
Once again, Masa with the window, and Dogman's there to pounce on it. They are right on the edge now of tying it up. Atlanta Reign, it's looking so good for them. They're dying one after the other on the side of the Dallas Fuel. Who is here still contesting? You got to get rid of him. And it's Zachary with the Blizzard, but that should be it. Closer still skating on the walls, trying to buy some time. But we will. Oh, unbelievable! OG! Just a little while longer. This has got to be it, though. Note will not survive on the other side of the wall. He's out of it, and this is Atlanta Reign tying it up 4-4.
Harkening back to the old days of Volskaya when we saw 6v6, 6v7 kind of scores. We've got 4v4 on the board between the Atlanta Reign and the Dallas Fuel on Volskaya Industries. No idea what to expect going forward from either of these teams, and we're going to run it back at least one more time.
Oh, yeah, we are. Actually, hold on. This is a look at Enlair, his perspective. All that build up, he saw it coming from a mile away. Get out of here, AKM. Talk about telegraphing. We're taking a break. We'll be right back. Getting into it, Hacks. Dallas Fuel on the offense. Now we got to see AKM, what's he got?
2 completions for both teams, point 1, point 2, 2 times. Now we're getting into it. 1 minute in the bank for each squad here. The first pick is going to be so critical for either side.
It's going to make or break the offense. And this could get awkward still. But AKM, he's been stepping up. Nice Sonic arrow there. Going to give him a few targets. And if he can just find one of those squishies, nice volley coming in from Dogman. Nearly gets the kill on AKM, and that would have really messed things up for Dallas. But you just heard it. We're down to 30 seconds on the clock. Maywall there, blocking him off. AKM looking for a flank. He's going to catch him out in the open. That Lantern there saving the Atlanta Reign, but there's FRD going down, and they're falling one after the other. It's getting a bit crazy here. Dogman and Endlayer fighting back. It's a 4-on-4, but AKM is on the point. Permanent tick of progress given away for free to the Fuel.
He put some progress on that board, and Atlanta, I think, actually beefed that one. There was a couple of people rotating around, but eventually they will clean up the rest. Atlanta had a 6v4 on the ground as 2 people were rotating behind them. They were kind of passive in the way they played it. Eventually, they do take down the rest of the squad. But no small notes is that 44.2% of progress made by Dallas. Atlanta only has a minute to beat that one if they want to win this map.
I'm confused, Hex. Is Dogman actually a member of the Inquisition? Is he working for the God Emperor? What is that? I just noticed the medallion he's got around his neck. We'll find out if the man is into Warhammer 40k after this. But as far as the game itself is concerned, Hex, that is a single tick of progress picked up for Dallas Fuel.
Yeah.
That's not bad here on the offense.
Beyond that is 44.2. So Atlanta has to beat that if they want to win this map. Otherwise, surprisingly, we'd be going to the half tied.
Yeah, tied up.
Dallas has won a lot of games, or lost a lot of games actually, 1-3, and it's because they usually win control and then they get rocked. For them to win Volskaya, which I think is one of their worst maps, would be really good for them to at least a confidence booster. Again, like I'm actually pretty proud of Dallas right now, and like what do I, my pride matters at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But like they actually show like they're playing. And the last several times that we've cast Dallas, it's been worse than New York. Like they're brutal. They don't even look like they want to play. They're just trying to get off the stage, and then they pause for 2 hours, and then they're stuck on the stage.
Well, AKM, he's going for the Faro once again here. So we'll see if he can have better luck this time with that barrage. If he's not going to telegraph it, Endlayer, he is not going for the McCree. He is on the... No, he's going to go back and change up to the McCree as quickly as possible here. So we will get that McCree here from Endlayer. It worked very well against AKM in the last round. So I want to see more here from Atlanta.
Yeah, I think AKM has to play a little more passively here, especially on defense. You don't really want to go over the archway. That's a nice early kill, and that's going to mean Atlanta has to back off. Even though you have an Ana still, you don't really want to go in without your Baptiste as well. Losing healers early always feels bad, no matter what kind of hero composition you have.
Oh, we're down to 10 seconds here, Hex. This is it. Time to go, Atlanta Reign. You're not going to have any more room to work, but you got to get in there. Nice nade thrown in by Unko yet again, putting the pressure on Endlayer, and Zachary, playing map editor, drops a wall. Still looking for the first pick. They were able to touch it, but now they've got to get a body on there. FRD doing the best he can.
Just him.
Keeping it alive. Endlayer finds AKM, and he is just getting spot healed. He is getting all the support on the side of FRD. Endlayer's out of it, but Zachary making the difference, and FRD, the nano boost. Poco and Endlayer gone, though, and the Dallas Fuel, they're not going down without a fight. They have not given up, and no, he is still the assassin here in the back line. He is still the one making the difference for the Dallas Fuel, and that's going to be it. The Dallas Fuel take the second map. AKM with a smile on his face. It feels like forever since we've seen that.
Dallas trying to deny their own 0-7 season, trying to deny Atlanta's 7-0 season. Signs of life, finally, from the Dallas Fuel.
Things are looking up. Note can be proud as well. He did a fantastic job. We're going to hear what the halftime crew have to say right after this.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
Atlanta has been unbeatable since their last homestand last month, but Dallas is trying to change that. After dropping map 1, they clutch up on Volskaya and tie things up at 1 apiece at the half. What's up, everybody? Malik here. We got the crew. We're at the Novo. And guys, I have to ask you, man, going into this matchup, it looked like Atlanta, they really needed this match. They needed it, clearly. Dallas, though, they're showing up. Never have won an assault map this entire stage. They were able to pull it off against Atlanta. Is it looking like they can possibly pull off an upset here?
I mean, let's calm down a little bit here. Honestly, I do think that a lot of that had to do with Atlanta Reign kind of dropping the ball there.
Yeah.
They weren't really playing as clean as what we saw. I think they were maybe a little overconfident on the second round there specifically.
Indeed, indeed. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the highlights, starting off with Busan. Just a bit of a roll starting off the match. Atlanta still looking like they're hot fire here at this point in time.
What I really enjoy about this Atlanta Reign performance on Busan is that you can see inklings of their practice for the playoff patch. When we saw Baby Bay on the second round running a lot of Symmetra, that to me was indicative of the fact that they really haven't put that much prep into the comps that are being run at the moment. But they're still good enough on comps like this, on the Widowmaker May, these kind of things. But a lot of their focus seems to be these kind of strats, like the Symmetra, which I think is one of the reasons that they might have dropped Volskaya as well. Just a little less practice on the compositions right now.
Of course, so yeah, it comes down to that a lot. But all around, I mean, Atlanta Reign, you can definitely tell they're skilled enough to be winning a lot of these matchups just based off their own talent. Ursta as well, he's been having an unreal game. In fact, map 2, statistically, at some point, he was doing 36% of his team's overall damage.
A first round on map 2, he actually ended with 40% of the damage.
I mean, it's just
That's
ridiculous.
nuts.
I mean, the guy is really the definition of a hard carry. Fortunately, it wasn't enough for map 2, but yeah.
Right. Well, here at the Novo at LA Live, we had the Dallas Fuel getting booed by the LA Valiant fans. So they took a lot of that energy and wrote it into the next map, going into Volskaya. I will say the Atlanta Reign did look not practiced on this map very much, like you said, Sideshow.
Yeah, it was very odd, right? Because the first round, they actually played almost perfectly. They ended with a huge time bank, but then Dallas ended up replying only just. And for some reason, I mean, for an obvious reason, AKM on the Farah actually was the game changer. They really weren't able to convert in the second time back round. It took them so long, but they should have been set up to win here, honestly. This push from Dallas was just clutched out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really was. But here's the thing as well. I've seen this happen time and time and time again with a lot of teams when they're eliminated from playoff contention. They often perform a lot better, and it helps as well with Atlanta Reign. As we've already mentioned, they're taking their foot off the gas a little bit. They're practicing for a patch, not this one, for the Sigma playoff patch, because they know they're in the top 12, putting all of their emphasis there. But teams often as well, when they're eliminated out of these tournaments, you often find that a lot of the issues that maybe plagued them just kind of erode away. Yeah. Whether it's like internal issues or communication, stuff like that, because it's kind of a low pressure scenario.
Loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey, low pressure.
But I still want to, I don't want to let Atlanta get away with that excuse being like, oh, well, we practiced on something else. Their basic communications should still be there. They should still be able to know that they can't just all use their cooldowns at once and then expect to win a team fight. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And that was exactly what happened on Volskaya. So that is a little bit disappointing. I very much hope they get a talking to during halftime.
Yeah, indeed. You're right. You're right. It's inexcusable. I like that you're giving Atlanta Reign a little bit of flack for that. If anybody can do that, you can get away. If anybody can give them tough love, it's you. All right. Well, there's a lot that we can unpack from that first half, but I believe, Josh, you have a little something you can take us into regarding some support play from the Atlanta Reign.
Yeah, just a more general point about how the ult economy tends to work in this meta, especially with Batiste being involved. So I got a State Farm ult economy where I want to run through some of the ways where Massa was able to get value out of this hero, because when you see situations like this, the amplification matrix is a great one for winning neutral fights, but he's also got another kind of semi-ultimate in this immortality field. So this gets thrown out to be able to save Pogpo, fantastic to be able to peel. Immortality field comes down, that's going to win you the neutral fight most times. And Dallas Fuel actually block it by using an ultimate of their own. They throw this Dragon Strike through the immortality field, through the amp matrix so that you can't really stand behind it. Now here, you've got another push on the point B, where Dogman has his Transcendence, and they don't want to overlap these, so they throw down the immortality field so that everybody is immortal. And even if they take damage, they've got Dogman's Transcendence to mop it up with afterwards. So on this first round, it just looked like great cooldown usage, great execution of ultimates, good idea of what they wanted to do. The second round, it kind of fell to pieces, I think because they got in their own heads about how to deal with the AKM Sparrow.
Those guys are hyped behind you.
Huh?
I'm sorry, the screen behind you. They were so excited.
They're loving it. They're loving
They
it.
were so
I got a
excited.
crowd just waiting on my every word.
Cheering.
They're
Yeah,
loving those
but
State Farm multi-economy.
Loving that resource management
Yeah.
from the Atlanta Reign. All right, so going into the next half, would you guys give Dallas the edge, given that they have the momentum?
No, I don't believe
No?
they've won a map in the second half of a series since 1964, I think was the year.
Wow.
When Dallas Fuel won Eichenwald, I believe it was.
Coincidentally, the year you were born as well. Yeah.
This hairline
closely
might
approaching.
suggest it, but I'm actually only 25. It's amazing.
I think the individual performances we have on Atlanta Reign are just a little bit better than what we saw from the Dallas Fuel. Like overall, the way FRD, Dogmen stepping it up big times in the second half of this entire season. So I have a lot of faith in the Atlanta Reign.
Interesting. And the little bird told me that it's been since stage 3 since the last time Dallas Fuel won a hybrid map as well. So
1964.
1964. All right. Well, we'll see how they pan out here in a sec. Guys, it is all tied up 1-1 between the Atlanta Reign and the Dallas Fuel. The Kit Kat rivalry weekend will continue in just a bit. So stay tuned to see the conclusion of the match.
인터뷰 액션. 사람들이 저를 스타 플레이어라고 불러주는데 그러면서 제가 느끼는 압박감은 좀 없는 것 같고 제가 집중하는 거는 팀이 이기는 거기 때문에 그냥 매 경기마다 그냥 최선을 다하고 개인적인 압박감은 많이 없는 것 같아요. 이번 연도의 목표는 MVP도 받아보고 시즌에서 우승하는 거.
Here, coming to you live from the Kit Kat Rivalry Weekend at the Novo at the beautiful LA Live. This weekend is all about the rivalries, but it's not just for the players on stage. We're raising the stakes for the fans too. All weekend long, our teams will be picking superfans to represent their squad during each match. The superfans will be placed at one of these 2 Kit Kat splash tanks, and they'll have to watch the entire match perched above the water to prove their dedication. The winning teams will get $1,500 donated to the charity of their choice, and the chance to splash a losing team superfan by pulling this fancy lever right here. But don't worry, all superfans will receive a year's supply of Kit Kats, so really, there are no losers this weekend. Now we're all tied up after 2 maps, so we'll have to see who's gonna get splashed at the end of the match. Semler and Hex, back to you.
Emily, you would have made my life if you'd have just pulled on that lever right there.
We're really hoping.
Allow me to demonstrate how this will function, and this just ruined the whole thing. That would have been amazing. Well, wow, you gotta give props to those fans, man. They're sitting up there the entire time. Hex, you animal. What are you doing? What are you doing to me? You know, that's like how the proper way to eat a Kit Kat, you know, is to obviously like do this. No,
No, I think this was a...
Let's get into it, man. We've got a match. We got a match. Look at this guy. Look at this animal. He's casting your game. He's getting booed by the fans.
You ain't a rapper, and I'm the animal? Come on, man.
We're getting into a third map of this series, man. We're getting into the third map. We actually got those guys. Somebody shouting at me. I can't hear him quite, but, you know, oh, it's this guy here.
Good. I'm glad you acknowledged him. You gave him power.
I did. Substitutes. Baby Bay subbing in for Enlair.
Means that Ursa's probably going to have to play May.
He's so excited. He just can't hold back the emotion. He's crying. Pure tears of joy.
Oh, dude, that was really good. I don't usually eat candy, but that was really good. Yeah,
that was solid.
That was really good.
Solid. Were you gonna like splash it in a cup of milk? King's Row is coming up next.
I hate you. King's Row coming up next.
Splash a little milk on it, Hex.
Nah, just splash it in. That's what I usually do with my wafers. I splash milk on them.
Oh, just like those fans are gonna get splashed in those tanks. Well.
Well, Dallas has not really won a hybrid or esport map in a very, very long time. Our friend Seth told us that, reminded us that, because we're not good at their job, so we need Seth to tell us. Yeah, they have not won a map since stage 3, something like that. I don't know. I didn't look at the text that closely.
What's going on now? Set up as far as the defense, it's going to be Baby Bay on the Reaper, making his appearance on the Reaper, so we will get the shotty guns up close, looking to break tank shields.
Shooty shotguns.
Oh, this is rough, though. This is going to be a bit of a tough one here because they don't have an answer for AKM. This could be AKM just having a field day.
Well, AKM had a really nice couple of lives on the Pharah, so I think just stick with it. You know, it's kind of like when you're playing in Plat. Just run Pharah until someone proves they can do anything against it.
Hunting. Seems like he's realized now, though, there's no real threat. So he's just going to get to have, he's just going to get to have so much fun up here, AKM. What are they going to be able to do to really challenge this guy?
They're just going to play the back corner. They're going to try to send D.Va at him when they get a chance, but now he's just saving cooldowns for it. Finding a position.
All right, nice sleep there from Unko. That's putting him on notice. Dogman's got to be careful. He gets hit by a bio nade. When he's purple like that, he can't be healed. So Atlanta Reign having to give a little bit of ground. Nearly getting the tick. They will contest. Dallas Fuel, though. Who is going to draw first blood? Will it be the offense or will it be the defense? It seems like AKM is just taking his sweet time with it.
If Dallas just plays far back, then eventually Dogman's going to run out of resources. He won't be able to get it, but now he's just going to pop Coalescence immediately. Anti, down to 1!
Yeah, he's still there so long, he survives forever! All the kills now for the Atlanta Reign. Sure, they lost Dogman, but they're losing everybody else. Ooh, OG. Never mind, Popo goes down. The other Orisa.
The other OG.
And this is just going to be the slowest stagger ever. Boom, brutal, but I approve.
We had that video of Note getting frozen for about 4.5 minutes last week, so that's a little bit of trauma right there. As he's just like, please just don't freeze me forever.
Flashbacks.
Again, AKM's going to switch off the Pharah, go over to the Reaper. I thought the Pharah was actually working reasonably well, but they're going to start running the mirror match here. No Moira on the side of Dallas, though. Going to nano in.
Oh, another one perfectly timed. FRD against D-Max. Popo has to play careful. He will survive it. Ursa's there with the Blizzard as well, trying to clear this point. And the Dallas Fuel trying to take the fight to him. Note has a self-destruct, so he will get that fresh mech back. And that is the opening that they were hoping for here on the side of Dallas. Drop the main tank and set up shot on the point.
Great positional advantage, but Atlanta's not over yet. They're going to put in Sound Barrier now. A second support ultimate comes in. Got to get some kills out of this one. They get a couple.
Oh, buddy. Baby Bay on the flank. He gets walled in as well. Now he's stuck. Dead! Zachary finds him. There's the Blizzard on the point as well. Nice attempt by FRD to eat it. He saw it coming, but he was a split second too late.
Dallas cleaning it up now. A couple of support kills from them. And it does look like eventually Dallas will take this first point. The back of some really strong play from Unko. Hits a nice nade there to close things out. Now they've got great position here. You really just want to get the cart through and around this terrible, terrible archway. It used to be you didn't know the other team was going to play Mei, and you were going to get locked out of this archway on King's Row.
Yeah.
Now you know they're playing it, so you really want to take very forward position here to get yourself a little bit of ground. Defensively, you'd love to be able to push all the way back and hold this choke point.
Hex, right now, though, they're kind of going halvesies here at Dallas. We've seen teams push all the way in nearly to spawn before, but I guess it's going to pay off in the end because Atlanta Reign decide to feed themselves into a blender. But Dallas Fuel, We've seen teams push way aggressive, all the way into second, nearly onto third point on the offense, and trust that the cart will be behind them on the way up. Dallas, they don't do that, but it still works out somehow.
Chengdu comes to mind, where they run the Farah all the way to the final point there and just push it all the way through. Leaves somebody back, but it works out perfectly for Dallas. They do hit that Death Blossom, get a great deal of value out of it. And now pushing on to second point. And now it gets a little bit dicey if they can even hold second here for Atlanta. They've got almost nothing out of their ultimates, and now they finally get some good ultimates online. If they don't win this fight, I don't know what fight they'll win.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Baby Bay, he's trying to make it insta-boot, insta-killed. No, self-destruct catches Baby Bay in the open, but you still lose AKM, so you're down both Reapers here. Fairly even back and forth on the side of Atlanta Reign, and with the bongos down, playing the sweet, sweet music, the damage is just too much for the Dallas Fuel to handle.
This is the nightmare for the offense as well. You get it 2 meters away, and now every reset, you're all the way back behind first point. The reinforcement distance is ridiculous on Kings Row. It takes forever. So you're going to see these fights where the offense just keeps pushing themselves in. Even if it's like 3-6, you got to keep fighting because you're not getting reinforcements. It's not happening.
Now you're just getting ults thrown in one after the other. Closer, everybody just dying back. And scores with this is the big one. FRD, D-Mech, and this will be the one fight now for the Dallas Fuel, and they will pick up that second point. Great stall coming in from the Atlanta Reign, though. They burnt a lot of time off that clock. Dallas Fuel only have 3 minutes in the bank now to try and go the distance.
As far as Kings Row goes, that's a pretty solid time bank, though. 3 in the clock. You still have Blizzard. You still have Supercharger to work with. Note is known for hitting these amazing self-destructs in Atlanta. Not a ton of work with. They're just going to pop Coalescence immediately.
Going into it right now. Blizzard as well thrown down here by Zachary, but that's not going to save his teammate's life. AKM dead. Trading back and forth, but any trades here favor the Atlanta Reign. Oh, but then Note, of course Note, is going to come up once again with the plays. Doesn't matter, he's on Diva, he's still an assassin, and he's still going to get the job done.
The Death Note comes in strong. Baby Bay gets 1, but it's not going to be enough. Just trying to clean up Dogman on the card until they continue to make progress. They're going to have Barrier going forward. Defensively, Baby Bay's got to get something out of this Death Blossom. Difficult to do, though.
Well, that was an awkward wall there from Zachary. Didn't quite work. They're going to get past, and they're going to be able to contest here. Masa insta-gibbed. But that doesn't really, it's not the end of the world.
No, yeah, I mean, Dallas still has to fight through this Blizzard. They're going to back out. That buys them time to get Masa in. Barrier comes down.
This is just scrappy stuff here, Hex. AKM going to survive, but can't say the same for Zachary. AKM all the way to the back corner. Does he even have a way out? He is going to get the D-Mech on FRD. That's solid, but the rest of Atlanta Reign are going to get that collapse going on the Dallas Fuel offense, and Dallas Fuel are going to get sent back to spawn.
Defense is definitely stabilized. You're seeing some of the new tech out of Reaper, the faster teleport, trying to be the flanky DPS that, well, literally every other DPS is capable of. So they finally gave Reaper somewhat of that ability. Not quite the same because, well, his primary is better than most of DPS primaries. Now Atlanta used a lot coming into that one, but are going to have both their support ultimates. It's going to be difficult for Dallas to crack this one open. You want to get them to get a set point here. You're only going to have 1 push, and I think Dallas needs to realize this. You're going to get 1 push, bank up some ults. There's no reason to go in at 50. You might as well go in at 10.
Yeah, you've got Unko on the Moira right now, and Moiras, they're so quick at building up the Coalescence that, you know, you let your guys take a little bit of damage, Unko gets the Coalescence online, and you use that to try and pry the defense open to force your way onto the point and get this third one locked up here for your team on Dallas' side. 30 seconds on the clock now, Hex.
Now you can go because you needed Supercharger. You need to get your set point and Supercharger and get ready to go. This is it for Dallas.
Now goes right on the edge as well. He's going to slam it as soon as it comes up. Self-destruct is going to get thrown in here by Note, and Unko, no time wasted with the Coalescence, trying to get in there, and he will find a kill. Big Blossom coming through here from AKM, and he gets nothing. Arster and Masa finding the kills here for the Atlanta Reign. It's a man advantage for the Atlanta Reign. They're trying to fight back here on the side of Dallas, but it is looking like the Atlanta Reign will deny Dallas the 3rd point here on Kings Row, and Dallas Fuel. We'll see how they fare on the defense once we've changed sides.
Not a finish, so we're not going to see 2 halves of Kings Row. Very much not like Volskaya. We saw a bunch of times. Unable to pull it off there at the very end. Unko got himself in a strange position on Coalescence, and I'm not sure he was able to give the healing he needed to AKM. That's why the Blossom withered.
And they got plucked. So, Dallas Fuel, 2 points, some change. We're taking a break, and we'll see how they fare on the defense.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Zip Chair Gaming, the official chair supplier of the Overwatch League.
And we're back with Kings Row. Atlanta Reign now. They've done their job on the defense. They shut the Dallas Fuel down. They weren't allowed to get the 3 points that they were looking for on the side of Dallas. So now it's on Atlanta. They'll be on the offense, and we'll see what they have in store for us.
Looks like Dallas on this defense going to hold a little bit of the high ground. This used to be a position to hold when you had like a Junkrat or even a Bastion. We'll see how quickly the rotations come in, because where the rest of Dallas is set up is usually where you find teams be playing their defense. And Atlanta looks like they want to run, well, what I suppose, tragically, we just have to call the meta.
The meta.
It's just going to be the meta.
Well, I mean, it was cool to see. It was a nice little play here from the Valiant production. In venue, they put a whole thing, you know, like goodbye goats and all that. And I'm like, no. The players still find a way to play goats. Just, you know, it's 2-2-2, but then you get May, you get Reaper, you get new goats.
Sim goats. Everything is goats.
All the goats. There it is, baby. With the beam, we saw how effective this was on the first map on Busan. He was really able to break the hurt. There you go. Unbelievable. Just so much pressure thrown in here by Babyface. He's got that tracking. You're not getting out of this.
Once Sim gets charged up, it's ridiculous. It feels really bad to die to it, because you're like, Sim? And yeah.
Look at him. He was disgusted too. He's shaking his head. It's like, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe how much damage I do.
I mean, he shouldn't be proud of himself, let's be honest. Sim just runs through the Dallas Fuel shields. You're gonna see a lot of Sim in the future, should the next couple of heroes come in. Sim's really good against shields. She's really good against shields.
Good. Break down the defenses. Let's get some offense. And there's the TP across the open ground into the small room and going for the flank. Did he get caught? No, caught in the corner. Lucky break there for Poco. Thought he was out in the open there, and I'm sure that Zachary was hoping for the same. And now, yeah, you're just not going to have any shields to hide behind. And you're out in the open. This is ugly. Babybay has to go for the reload, but now he's starting to go for the melt, and then you're going to get the wall thrown in as well, looking to end this fight.
Who would win? One Dallas Fuel or one Beamy Boy? Apparently it was Beamy Boy and Babybay.
But Beamy Boy got melted.
Eventually. A good counter is the bar in the sky, and AKM making the correct switch. He could barrage this if he feels like he needs to, but I don't think he needs to.
Oh, getting in.
What a serendipitous ledge that was.
Yeah, it was a bit of luck. Bit of luck, it all worked out. But AKM trying to work his way back over to his supports, and he will be able to tie things up here. Dallas Fuel They're getting the ults online in the support line. They will have the charger as well, but now it's on the Atlanta Reign side of things, and Baby Bay ready to click on heads. Always a fan of seeing him on one of the hit scan heroes.
Well, we are finally getting the rock, paper, scissors that Overwatch is supposed to be, because now Baby Bay has to get off of the sim because there's a Pharah. Now he has to go over to McCree to counter the Pharah, and now we'll see what the Pharah does to counter the McCree, etc., etc., etc.
Well, we saw how effective Endlayer was at shutting down AKM with that McCree, so Baby Bay's got some shoes to fill now, or should I say boots. He's jingle-jangling his way back from spawn right now, Hex.
Well, Baby Bay known as a hit scan specialist, very good mechanically skilled player. Well, right now, AKM feels like he has nothing to worry about. This is not a bad spot for Pharah. Generally, you don't see her a lot on King's Row. There were times you saw her in first. Definitely almost don't see her on last.
Hey, but there it is. Still, you're traded. You've lost your main tank. That's going to make life interesting here on the offense. Baby Bay going to get the flash. Yep, gets the flash and the kill. Zachary's out of it. Closer looking to get into the thick of things. You'll pull off that res. He will bring Zachary back to life, Closer, but it's not going to pan out right for the rest of his team. They are going to get melted.
Atlanta donated the Blizzard to the fund, and that is out of the fight now, but they continue to push regardless of that. Unko's going to have to switch over. The classic fan the hammer to burn down the tanks.
Get rid of him. Take him out of here. Yeah, nice flash as well. Deny the remake. No joy for him. AKM gone, and that is the last hold there for the Dallas Fuel on the second point. Atlanta Reign will tie it up, and they'll have a good bit of time to work with. This has been an effective defense, or offense rather, for them.
They're burning through this right now. All they have to do is get a little further than the Dallas Fuel were able to. If they finish the map, they win this and take a lead in our series. Tied up 1-1 between the Atlanta Reign and the Dallas Fuel.
340 in the bank as well here for Atlanta Reign. That's a lot of time.
They could just back it up. Baby Bay's back on the sim.
Why not? Why not? Oh, he gets frozen though. Zachary gives him a bit of the cold shoulder here. Baby Bay trying to make his way in here, and Zachary just having a grand old time, and he is not going to hit the fadeaway shot. That would have been sick. Instead, Moss is going to be able to skate his way back, and Dallas Fuel with the early defense. Really solid here on the defense. This is what it's all about. You want to take these fights early to burn time off that clock.
A little bit of this is Atlanta prepping for next patch, though, definitely. Blizzard comes in from Dallas on the defense very, very early. Not going to get much done. A really good defensive self-destruct.
Note is such an artist. Where does he find that kill on Poco? Masa Archer, everybody goes down after that. This has got to be it. Unko! He'll make it out intact, and Coalescence as well on a one fight. So tough call there for Unko. It was a snap decision, unfortunately for him.
Coalescence is the pulse bomb of support ults. You just use it whenever you have it. It doesn't really matter. You're doing so much damage and healing. I mean, it's a much better ult than pulse bomb, to be honest, but it charges so quickly.
Man, it took me a second there. Pulse bomb. What's that? Oh yeah, there's this hero that actually kind of blinks all over the place.
Yeah,
and bombs
where?
People.
The logo.
The logo, yeah.
The logo.
The logo. Don't really get to see too much Tracer these days. You know, we'll see if she makes an appearance. Usually as a stall hero. Sometimes on Legion. But now we are getting some actual progress here, and this is it. AKM going in. There's the Blossom. He's looking to just bloom here in the back line. He insta-gives Masa, sets it up for Erster, and Dogman follows. Atlanta Reign sent back to spawn, and the Dallas Fuel putting up one heck of a fight.
That's the combo you're going to have to see for Death Blossom to stay alive. It used to be like you nano your Pharah, Shushikin Barrage.
Right.
Death Blossom is just a ground barrage, so he lived in Note's Matrix. Note Matrix him the whole time, and maybe he doesn't get anything done, but at least he's not going to die.
Oh, buddy. Note with that Matrix, and it's not enough this time. AKM yanked into Oblivion. There's the man advantage. We have not had many ults this time. The Maze have been very consistent at getting the Blizzards off, and that's the Dallas Fuel stabilizing here versus the Atlanta Reign. So much time. Well, they've wasted 2 minutes here, Atlanta. They're down to 1:15 on the clock for this push, and they've hardly made any progress at all.
Supercharger Coalescence used in that last fight, so Atlanta threw some stuff in and still got nothing done. And now here's the issue. You only have a minute, and they probably have to win at least 2 fights to close out this map. They're not a single fight away. That cart is a mile away from where it needs to be to win a map. Atlanta can maybe start this off with self-destruct. They will have Blizzard and Blossom here.
Waiting to see who's calling the shots right now in Atlanta, because you need to start doing some talking, or you gotta do some killing. Baby Bay with the double Blossom, and he takes OG. Manages to get the D-Mech as well. No, Node sacrifices himself, throwing off the side. That's fine, and that's the Atlanta Reign getting a wipe on the Dallas Fuel, but they still have a lot of ground to cover.
You see them just reset. Like I said, it's not going to be a single fight. There's going to have to be 2 fights here, and we're getting down to it. That is the music. That means we're below 30 seconds. Atlanta, again, still has Self-Destruct, Coalescence, and Blizzard. They're in a decent spot to try to close out this map.
Now we gotta see there. Oh, no, he just throws it into the wall. Not the best Blizzard at all. OG, he's in here, but he doesn't care. Walks his way out of that, and that's an unfortunate turn of events there for Erster on that May. Would have definitely wanted more. Zachary gonna be able to throw down his Blizzard with impunity. Straight into the Atlanta Reign, and now we're into overtime. This is the must-win scenario now for the Atlanta Reign. Baby Bay takes Zachary, but you'll lose the main take Popo. It has to be swift now on the side of Atlanta. They have to stop the bleeding. They gotta wipe out the Dallas Fuel, but the Dallas Fuel refused to say die. There's the Blossom from Baby Bay. He's gonna clear the point.
How about die, and they throw in the Blossom. Baby Bay finishes it up. The Atlanta Reign pull it off.
Unbelievable, Atlanta Reign. They take the lead of the series 2-1, but they got it done there at the end, Hex. That is unreal. Dallas Fuel looking disappointed and in the drink.
About to get splashed.
About to get splashed. No, we're taking a break, and we'll come back and see just what happens after that.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back from the break. We are live from the Novo at LA Live, and we are going into a map 4 where everything is still on the line between both of these teams. Hex, Dallas, they couldn't quite squeak it, but Atlanta, they're fighting back.
Someone's gonna go into the drink, someone's gonna get splashed. We have raucous, ludicrous idiots behind us.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have it any other way. We're at a homestand, and I love it. KitKat Rivalry Weekend has been great.
Yeah, the homestands where the memes live. And it's not just these guys talking about everybody. We've got the boards, we got the fresh memes. And it's true, Hex, his only strategy is feed, and then just rage mute himself and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we played though.
How do you play it?
Yeah, I just gotta like tune everybody out. I put Sabaton on and just, you know, rock out, hit headshots. But now we're gonna take a look at some subs coming in for these teams, and it shouldn't come as a shock, at least as far as Atlanta is concerned. Enlair subbing in for Baby Bay.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's been kind of the strat here. Timo, we're gonna be subbed in for AKM.
Coming back in for AKM.
But this one, Hex, this one. Is this Dallas memeing? Hey, there you go. You got Mickey on the stage.
Mickey is gonna come in for Mickey, you know, one of the most iconic players for this envious now Dallas Fuel team. A lot of fans out there. Hasn't had a ton of playing time, but still a very capable player in his own right.
Yeah, and we'll see how he fares on Havana. One of the more fun maps of the series. You get all sorts of snap plays that can be made. We can see a variety of strategies. Might not hear from these teams. They seem pretty stuck in the meta.
Just while we're on me being gold, I want to say I was ahead of the meta because the one time that you're talking about was me screaming at a Moira for talking about having 4 golds.
Yeah, it was great.
That was a year ago.
You were so
angry. I was so ahead of the meta about screaming at Moiras for having 4 golds.
I mean, it's something about, what was it again? Like opinions and facts? And,
oh yeah, no, it's like, opinions can't be wrong because they're subjective. I lost my mind.
Yeah, and we were sitting side by side, so I just got to watch this like all front row. It's so great.
Yeah.
Probably the maddest I've ever seen you.
Yeah, I get really mad at video games. I'm a salty nerd.
All right, now let's see who's going to be salty, because it is the Dallas Fuel who are fighting for the series. Atlanta Reign right now, they're up 2-1. They have a match point. It's Dallas now to shut them down. And Dallas on the defense, what have they gone with? Mickey has got a hog, and he's actually fairly confident with it.
Let's see how it goes. We're doing the old Orisa Roadhog. Makes a lot of sense on this map, very pick-oriented. They catch out the flanking Taimu.
I'm kind of waiting for Ursa to take over, though. I mean, we've seen that kind of level from Ursa, that he's capable of just dominating outright. Haven't really seen that from him today.
Timo gets some first blood here. Ursa enters back.
Do they just not know where this guy is shooting them from? It's got to be the case, because right now you got Timo. He's just getting in here. He's going in! Dogman finally going to end this guy's reign of terror, but the damage is done, and Dallas Fuel, they will stabilize on the defense.
That was strange because they did Sonic Arrow Taimu early. They knew he was on that right flank, and then no one went to deal with him. Odd.
No, Mickey, he's in here. He's playing, and we're fairly even in terms of kills, but now we're going to get the window thrown down, a flanking Hanzo coming through. Taimu gets spotted, but he still wins the duel versus Urster. And now you're going to get Taimu just getting to run in with the Dragons. No worries at all. There's the first kill on the Pokebones. Opens it up, and the Atlanta Reign finding it difficult to push through to this defense.
Timo comes up with the big headshots there. The Dragon was great, got a lot of damage done. So you hear that click, 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 click. When you have a Dragon, always feels good because you're doing some damage there. Well played there.
Fire forget.
Set it and forget it. Sorry, those of you who didn't grow up watching TV at 3 a.m. in the late 90s might not get that reference.
I could just hear the face palm coming in from Brennan's sideshow in the back room there.
Boomer!
Boomer. Take a drink. All right. Atlanta right now. Minute 50 on the clock on the offense, and Dallas Fuel, I mean, this is still just a corner game. You thought you got rid of GOATs? The players, they were here to disappoint you. It is still alive and kicking. Just taking their time with it.
Hey, these escort maps get kind of dicey, man. Only 90 seconds left for Atlanta to try to push through. That's a great opening salvo, though, from Dogman. Gets OG, they hit all the destructibles, and now it's a 6v4. Make that a 6v3. Atlanta should push this one through.
Yeah, hard reset now coming in here from the Dallas Fuel. Run back. Do not give any more charge to the Atlanta Reign. That is the proper way to play it. And you may just be giving up that first point here to the Atlanta Reign. And Dallas Fuel electing to just set up shop on the second point. Get that high ground, get control.
There's no reason to really push this one through. They can win another fight. There is going to be time added to the clock. Let's put 2.5 plus on the board, 3.5 total. But Dow's in a decent spot here because they're about to reach great ultimate potential. Atlanta's going to have to use their support ultimates correctly if they want to be able to fight through the Blizzard. Eesh! Never mind.
Taimu just splashed Dogman circuits all over the floor there. That's a bit of a brutal one. Perfect start here for the Dallas Fuel as they will follow up. Erster gone, he's frozen. And the Dallas Fuel, they are just not going down. They are not giving up. 3 minutes on the clock for Atlanta Reign, but they just got smacked in the face.
It's a very aggressive forward hold, and I think teams have finally figured out Havana that you don't have to hold back on the high ground. You'll get that high ground anyway. It doesn't really matter. You can hold forward here, and then if you lose, guess what? Havana just gives high ground to the defenders anyway. You're still going to be able to take high ground on second, so you might as well hold forward. And I think teams overall on most of the maps have figured out the more aggressive we are defensively, the better.
Oh, well, there's Erster finally showing up. I was just thinking, this guy's been so quiet. In terms of final blows, that just puts him up to 3 with those 2 kills. So it's been a very slow game for Erster on this Hanzo. Not quite having that impact. Setting it up here for the rest of his team and trying to barrel down this shield. Unfortunately, that is Hanzo's lot in life these days. Put arrows into shields and hope that you can eventually break them.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Hanzo's. You're right.
I know, Hex. That was sarcasm. That was sarcasm. I can hear that.
Yeah, Storm Arrow needs to be buffed. Let's give it 13 arrows, I think. 13, 14?
Yeah. And just let him phase through
and
things
just fire
as well,
them
like
all at once. Fire them all at once.
Oh, yeah, wait. And then they bounce off of things as well, like walls and floors. And then, wait, hold on. This sounds familiar. What's going on here? All right. Window of Pain goes down here from Masa. Hoping to just melt these shields or at least find a pick. Dogman's been so good at finding those kills off of that window, but it is going to be Erster over the top here. Spots out the squishies, but can't quite get the follow-up. Dragging on through to the point, but not going to stop the progress here for the Atlanta Reign. Endlayer with the Blizzard sets it up. Vicky somehow survives it, though. Where is the follow-up from Atlanta Reign?
Nowhere to be found. Atlanta played that really well just to start the fight. They saw the ultimates used by Dallas and decided, hey, we don't want to fight into that. We'll just wait 10 seconds. And then they come back with this barrage of ultimates. Gonna be able to clean up the rest of Dallas. And should be able to get this point.
They will be getting that second point.
Now the question is, can Dallas hold far forward? Because this is the best point in any map in the game for the defense, to hold right outside of a team spawn. To selfless right outside of a team spawn and just sit there. Because it's terrible for the offense. Even though you're right outside of the spawn, it's just rough. It's hard to get out. It looks like Dallas does have that forward position. Now we've got Taimu on the Widow.
Yeah, we got Taimu on the Widow. Let's see, Timo. You gonna hit some headshots? Or you're gonna have the shield to contend with. He just wishes the shield would go away. Somebody on the Dallas Fuel, please melt the shield so that Taimu can start putting some shots in. He's got this long line. It's a bit of a shooting gallery for him, but now you're out in the open with a window pane and a whole hog. That's so brutal. You will just melt. There's nowhere to hide. Now we're gonna get the counter window thrown in, though. Could get fun. Erster's just waiting for this dragon. Yep, there it is. Now, does he have a target for it? Taimu will get that headshot, and there's the dragon thrown in. Dogman drops Zachary, so we're getting kills on both sides. Erster, though, falls to the hands of Taimu. Taimu's popping off now. He's got the end for sight. He can see through walls. He can set up shots. He just needs to get connect exactly. Bullets with heads.
The old move, the bold move, does return. Taimu clutching it through. The tank line stayed stout for Dallas there. They allowed Taimu all the room in the world, and now Taimu forces Erster to come onto the Widow.
Yeah, this may cost him though. Erster spots him. Oh, Taimu bold! Hits the shot as well. Erster, they're just trading tit for tat, but Taimu, he's willing to stand here because he's got the lantern to keep him alive, so no worries. 45 seconds on the clock now for Atlanta Reign on the offense. Dallas Fuel doing a good job of slowing things down, though. Zachary with the Blizzard. They are literally going to stand in place. They couldn't get any easier shot than that Taimu. And it's Closer and OG setting it up. Popo and FRD. The front line dead for Atlanta Reign.
I love that wall so much. They were at a hard angle for Taimu to be able to finish them in that Blizzard. So Zach's just like, no, hold on. Let me put those out for you. Oh, is that good? Is that good? Click, click. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Easy. Dogman even going for the change now. And Erster as well, so we'll get the Reaper in and we'll get a Moira here.
The wall also keeps those tanks out of healing range for a lot of healers too, so really well played by Zach there.
Cut the line of sight and remove the head. And go in for it now because the Atlanta Reign, this is it. Hail Mary, all or nothing, and somehow Taimu finds a kill on Dogman. Masa is gone as well. That's the back line assassinated. The Atlanta Reign faltering in the end. The final push. And Mickey chiming in. Good to say his name again. It's been too long. He's got 5 final blows to his name. He's been doing work. Mickey and Closer living up to their names, and this is the final push for the Atlanta Reign. This is where it ends. The cart will go no further. The Dallas Fuel will lock it down on the defense.
Taimu with 12 final blows out of his team's 28. Nice to see him back on Widow doing what he does best. Just click heads, man. It's not that hard. Just drop them. It's not that hard.
Just drop the bodies. And Taimu focused right now. Focused because they are not out of this yet. And the super fans who are waiting over the splash tanks, crossing their fingers. Whoever loses this series, one of them's taking a bath today, Hex. And it's not a cup of milk.
Do you bathe in milk? What?
It's good for the skin.
I think the most terrifying thing if you're the enemy team is seeing Taimu smile.
Man, they look really calm up there. I hope that water's really cold or something. You know, they're not looking nervous enough. Nothing on the line, is that it?
No, I mean, I was just talking about the game. Go ahead.
I mean, what are we doing? We're doing live commentary of what we're seeing on screen here.
I think if you're an enemy team, the most terrifying thing to see across from you is Taimu smiling. Because when Taimu's happy and Taimu's loose, it's like, uh-oh.
Oh, he's another Finn.
Yeah.
And he actually plays a sniper.
Yeah, that's
right. You know,
yeah, that's right.
It's been fitting there.
A lot of Finnish players in the Overwatch League, and I asked the guys, I'm like, why are there so many people from Finland who are professional gamers and professional Overwatch League players? They're like, the sun's never out. Pretty much their answer.
That's the
The
reality.
sun's never out.
The reality of the situation in the Scandies. You got great fiber, you got great internet speeds, and you got no sun.
Can you only
it's
say
cold
that
outside?
Can you only say that because you're from Sweden? If someone else said Scandies, would you find it offensive?
No. No, they say it too. Come on, get out of here. The Scandies. There's nothing offensive about that.
I've never heard
You've been in LA too long. You've been in LA too long. We're going to have to take you back somewhere where they actually speak real language.
We are live from the Novo at LA Live here in Los Angeles.
How many times can you say live, Hex?
I think 4 more times.
There's the hook. Out of the lantern, but Endlayer will survive it. Atlanta Reign on the defense, Dallas Fuel on the offense. 3 minutes 30 on the clock for Dallas Fuel, and Unko might be the first to go back to spawn once again. On the offense, though, it's not the end of the world.
A lot of arrows have to be put into that immortality field, and that's arrows not going in. This is not a place you want to be if you're Hanzo, but hook missed. I think it's gonna matter, though. It does seem like Dallas continues to roll through. Only a few left alive for Atlanta.
Well, that was awkward. Okay, finally, they will get the lockdown there on the side of Dallas Fuel. But Popo, Erster, Masa, I mean, that was a great delay on the side of Dallas Fuel. Now you're gonna get these stagger spawns, and it's just going to make it more difficult for Atlanta Reign to get out here and challenge on time. Have to wait for their main tank to get over here.
It's really good positioning from Taimu, too. He's already up top in the house, just getting that Sonic Arrow down on the enemy team so that his team knows wherever he's going to be. This duel means everything. It's so close!
Eventually.
Never mind. Doesn't matter.
What is going on here?
Objective-based game is what's going on.
That's it. It's not about the kills. It is about getting the payload, the cart on those points. First point picked up for Dallas Fuel. 4 minutes, 50 seconds in the bank to work with as well.
I thought Atlanta was just going to hang out and stall and maybe get Erster back in. If Erster had won that fight, he would have had high ground as the Hanzo, just raining arrows down onto the cart. Didn't matter. Taimu versus Erster, you know. Got close, but it really ended up not mattering. And Dallas is making very quick time on their offense.
Man, this could be a brutal dragon. Right on through, and now he's got the Howlway as well. We will actually get Dogman with the trance, though, canceling out that dragon. But it does force the Atlanta Reign out in the open, off that high ground. And there's an opportunity now for the Dallas Fuel to take advantage of it. Taimu picked off by Erster. No joy this time for him. And that will be the end of this push for the Dallas Fuel. Hard reset with 3 down.
That's double plus rough for Dallas right there, too, because they ended up using the Blizzard into that fight. They tried to initiate with Blizzard. It got nothing done. They lost 3 immediately. There was no follow-through on it. Now Dallas back to the drawing board, a little shy of 4 minutes left.
That's a rough one. Yeah, you're right. Is Erster Taimu's Goldstein right now? Is that what's going on here? I mean, they're really struggling back and forth. Just raging at each other, just unbridled, seeing red. Taimu is just going ham. And well, let's see. Bongos are in, everybody gets more damage. Loads of fun possible, except that when the Blizzard gets thrown in. Unko here with the trance though, so he's doing everything right. And we are seeing the push coming in to a halt. The Atlanta Reign finding the kills and slowing down the fuel. Oh, shots.
Nice stabilizing defense there for the Atlanta Reign. Use that Blizzard to great effect. And the nice thing is they didn't have to use a whole lot of other things. So now you've still got Supercharger, which sometimes will just make a team run away because they don't want to fight into a Supercharger.
Yeah.
You've got Whole Hog, which just pushes people away by its own merit. So for Dallas to continue pushing here, I think the moment they get a second of space, they want to be able to drop Closer's Amplification Matrix.
Get that Matrix going, and then Unko, we got to see some volleys out of you. Arster has finally taken down Taimu. Perfect spell, but there's a great wall from Zachary. That's become the answer, just like a Zarya bubble. The Mei wall just so good at saving teammates, stopping the damage.
And when the Whole Hog comes out for Dallas to try to get something, but Mickey didn't use it to the best of effect. He was not shooting through it the entire time. And on the counterplay, Masa's going to drop his own Amplification Matrix. The wall comes down.
Again, these walls are so sick. Just stopping that hook, denying the chance for a pick there for the Dallas Fuel. And Erster, he's not giving it up for free here versus Taimu. He's looking for a squishy, and he gets a headshot on Unko. Plays off the halt. There's a bit of teamwork that can make all the difference. Oh, the fadeaway on Taimu.
It's another Blizzard from Zach that gets zero value out of it because the rest of his team gets picked off. However, OG...
What is OG doing right now? OG just killing everybody.
It's just OG and Zach here, but reinforcements come in late for Atlanta.
Oh, that was a bit of a fiesta, I'm not gonna lie. OG just stomping his way through, nobody's paying attention to him, and he gets 2 kills. All right, then.
So Zach threw down the Blizzard, and it was a decent Blizzard. They got a couple, but there was no follow-through because Taimu had already died. You need the burst damage. This is why you can't really Blizzard when your Reaper dies or your Hanzo dies, is because who's going to kill anything? Icicles are fine, but the fire rate is too low. You need your other damage healer to be alive to just kill the Ice Sculptures.
Get in there and do the work. There's the wall, though. And again, with the Lantern, somehow Unko, everybody out of it. Whoever was not covered by that field, somehow those guys, they get caught. The Dragon finds 2 for the Dallas Fuel. We're sub-minutes on the clock now for the Dallas Fuel as well. 50 seconds left.
The saving grace here for the Dallas Fuel is that they've kept both support ultimates alive and they have a Dragon of their own. The Dragon might not actually do much, but it will get you in place to be able to use your support ultimates, be able to fight. And I would imagine, based how quickly Zachary is using, or getting his Blizzard rather, that if they get in a position to get him in beam range so he can freeze people, so he can get damage done, they should get a Blizzard, but Enler could make all of this not worth talking about.
Exactly, and from on high, Masa as well with that window. He does so much damage. You cannot underestimate this. Keeping his teammates alive as well. Pokebo, great healing coming in here from Masa. And you got to remember that Atlanta Reign, they've still got something to play for here. They're looking for the perfect stage. They're looking for a top 6 in the standings. They're looking to keep the dream alive. Dallas Fuel, they might not do it. It may be the Atlanta Reign taking this series 3-1. It's all on Dallas, but they're dying.
The 3rd Blizzard in a row after his other damage dealer died. Zach had no choice but to throw it out, but Taimu went down first in that fight.
OG dead, and that is going to be it. The Atlanta Reign on the defense will close the door on the Dallas Fuel. And it's looking like we'll be getting a splash on that side of the stage in just a few moments' time because Taimu, he's gone. It's all on the stagger now. It's all on the stall for the Dallas Fuel. But the Atlanta Reign, they hold. And it will be them getting the job done. Unko, come on! All right, there we go. Atlanta Reign take the series 3-1.
Atlanta Reign still undefeated in Stage 4 of Overwatch League 2019. The exact opposite could be said for the Dallas Fuel. Only defeated. I don't know how to say it nicely. There's no way to say it.
Only defeated.
Can we get some 0-7 boys in the chats? Because that's a whole lot of 0-7s.
Everybody wants to be a secret agent, Hex. Just not this way.
Yeah.
Not this way. Tough break there for Dallas. Glad to see that Mickey got some playtime as well. Time looking good on that stage. And they were there. But Atlanta, right now, they are one of the teams to beat in the league. They are looking fantastic, and they're halfway to completing their mission for this weekend. They've taken down Dallas. They've got Boston coming up next. Also a very beatable team here for Atlanta. So it is possible for them to get that clean sweep through stage 4.
Yep. They had ups and downs in the middle of the season, but they've beaten everybody in front of them once we've gone into the 2-2-2 lock. And you got to carry like Erster. And as long as the other damage is competent and they do their job, you're fine. That support line is sick. The tanks, we never call their names, and that's what you want out of your offensive linemen. You didn't call their names, means they didn't make mistakes.
And as far as the standings are concerned, I mean, the Reign are right there. They are on the limit of taking the Spitfire out of the top 6. The defending champions from the 2018 season, the Spitfire, they have a skin made in their honor. They might not make top 6.
We already had a notion that Spitfire's out of the top 6 because the next 2 games that we were looking at last week were like, oh, Atlanta plays Dallas and Boston. Of course Atlanta's going to beat Dallas and Boston.
Right.
That's going to happen. The Atlanta Reign, an expansion team, going to be in the top 6 with the likes of the Spark, with the likes of the Titans. Expansion teams holding strong this year.
So, Hex, now we get to find out who our Omen by HP player of the match will be today for the first match of the day here. And it's going to be Baby Bay.
Oh, it's your Baby Bay!
With the Baby Blues!
Didn't play every single map, but had an enormous impact on the maps he did play, forced the other team to try to counter his Widow. And guess what? Symmetra's meta now.
He's a BB boy.
BB boy!
Baby Bay, the BB boy. So, you know, good on him, showing some versatility, and that's the thing. He is so good, he can only play 2 maps, and he'll still get player of the match. But you got to give it to him.
Yeah, he got a lot of Death Blossom value too, which is not always the case. You got to give his Diva some credit there to keep him there.
Wait, we're actually getting Symmetra stats. This is a real thing, Hex. We are getting Symmetra stats on the player of the match.
Get used to it, buddy. We're going to see a lot of this coming forward. Yeah, 20 limbs, 5 deaths, just burning down barriers. That's what Sim does. And when you've got Orysas in every field, and guess what? There's a guy with barriers coming into the game, a fella named Sigma. You might see a whole lot of Symmetra.
Had to work hard for those players teleported as well. Good on him, 15. Solid. You know what? Actually, I think we're ready for an interview with him. Emily has got Baby Bay, and he can tell us just how rad it is to be a BB boy.
Hey guys, I'm here with the entire Atlanta Reign. Everybody make some noise! Congratulations to you all. 6-0 so far at this stage. You guys have been undefeated, and if you win tomorrow, you guys not only will be locked up for top 6, but you guys will have a perfect stage. So how's that feeling right now? You guys have a lot of pressure, but are you guys going to go into tomorrow with a clear head?
Yeah, I mean, today we kind of got cheesed, and me and Fried kind of didn't dominate on Volskaya. But, you know, we feel pretty confident. I think that, you know, after every game we've beat, like, some of the Team USA players, so there's a little bit of a grudge between all of our American players. We have 5 Americans on our team, and none of them got picked up for Team USA, and we just beat Coach Arrow. So what I can say to Coach Arrow is GG, buddy.
It is very spicy. I mean, can't expect anything less from Dogman, right? Now, Baby Bay, earlier backstage, you were telling me, man, like you felt like Dallas was playing with a lot of heart, like they came to win. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, they really, you could tell that they were practicing a lot, and you could tell like that from King's Row, and also not giving up on Volskaya. We capped with like 4 minutes on Volskaya, and they brought it to us big time hard, like big time. So it's like, it was a really hard match actually. It was probably one of our hardest matches of this stage, I think.
Good to hear. A lot of good sportsmanship going on. Now, Dogman, I have also heard that your dad and a couple of your cousins are also here supporting you. They came all the way out from Arizona just to root for you. So what does that feel like to have your biggest fans rooting for you on stage?
I love it. I mean, I just really love my family to like come out and see these events because like in Atlanta, it was amazing. LA here is pretty amazing as well. And it's just awesome to have your family involved for sure.
Absolutely. Now, we have a real treat for you guys. Are you guys ready? Yeah. For the first time ever, let's just make a little trip over here. For the first time ever, we are gonna soak the opposing team's superfan, all right?
Wow.
So, Dogman, you wanna do the honors?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
So we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, splash. Now, does everyone want to join with us on the countdown? Yeah? All right, you ready? You guys ready?
Right here.
Fried in his shoes, in his socks? Yeah, all right.
I feel bad.
All right, guys, let's count down. 3, 2, 1, splash! No, the other way, the other way! There we go. All right, wow, thank you so much, Atlanta Reign, Semler, and Hex. Back to you guys.
Game over. We got Splicity splashed. That's it. The Superfan done for the day. And well, Hex.
Yeah.
Does the Atlanta fan just get splashed as well, just for the sake of it? I think that would be the twist at the end.
If it was up to me, I would have just cranked that lever both ways.
Yeah, exactly. And it was Dogman as well. I really expected that from him.
Yeah.
A little disappointed, Dogman. But, congratulations. He got his win. So they did their work today. They're halfway there to completing the mission for the weekend.
Yep. They do have to beat yet another team. We still have, there's a whole other day tomorrow. We do have one more match today. Can you remind me what that were? Actually,
we get one more match.
3 more matches today. There's the next match coming up. Remind me what that one is.
It's the Boston Uprising versus the New York Excelsior. It's going to be a real banger. New York Excel, I'm just their biggest fans. I think they're a fantastic team right now that are just doing work. Cannot wait to see that game. But the one I'm really excited about, Hex, it's the one that we get to cast after that.
San Francisco, Vancouver after that. Boston, New York, though, a regional rivalry. Anything could happen.
Yes. All right, we'll be right back, guys, and we'll be getting into the second match of the day. Live from the Novo at LA Live.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.